All right, kids, here we go. So we're going to start by taking that ring between the thighs. And you need to press into it, otherwise your knees are going to be way out there. I know. It's just a lot of pressure on it. Okay, so we're going to squat down and squeeze into the ring, coming up just a little bit. So I squat down, I squeeze into the ring. So you're working the inner thighs, of course, but remember the ring symbolizes your core. So you're really going to squeeze the core as you squeeze that ring. I inhale and I exhale. For 5, squeeze. 4, just a tiny squeeze. 3 and 2. Now stay low and little pulses. We'll pulse for 8, 7. Remember, the core is pulling in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the ring. Stay in that little chair squat. Reach forward. Shoulders are down. Send the tail long. Can we lift the heels up, press into the ring, and then lower? Lift the heels and lower. So scoop the belly. So some of us are turtling our necks. What does that mean when you say turtling the necks? We're reaching them out like this, right? So connect the neck to the rest of your spine. And we go for 4 and 3. Give me 2 more. 2. Can you hold this one here? Keep the pressure on the ring and pulse. Little tiny pulse with that leg. 7, 6, 5. Find that focal point. 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels go down and we'll stand up. Take a foot forward already. Oh no. Take a foot forward. Take a leg back. Ring is chest height. Heel of the hands on. So find your balance before you start. Now make sure your back heel is raised. Both knees are facing forward. We'll lunge. We'll rotate over the bent leg. We come down and rotate. Down and squeeze. Lower. Lift. That knee should be over that ankle. 2 more. Down and up. 1 more. Down and up. We bring it down and hold. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Step in. Other leg comes back. All right, so we have the knee over the ankle. Tall in the spine, belly's pulling in and up, elbows out, heel the hand on, fingers reaching long. We'll lower down, we rotate over the bent leg. Inhale, exhale. If rotation is not working well for you, you don't have to rotate. You could also do a squat with 2 feet parallel instead of the split lunge. 2 more. 1 more. We come here and hold and pulse those legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go into a wide position 2 and place the ring on the thigh. The heel of the hand should be on the pad, fingers reaching off. So you want to always mirror me to what side I'm on. And we're going to take this arm out like a little T. And just press in and stretch and come back up. And I go for 3, 4. So you're trying to squeeze into the armpit muscle, and it's a very small press. 2 more. Hold it here, little tiny presses. 1, 2. The belly's also pulling in, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and release. Other side. Knees are bent, arm is long, heel of the hand on the pad, fingers reach long, out like a T. So I just, a little gentle press. I'm locking that arm straight. Inhale to exhale. Lovely side stretch. You're also strengthening the side that you're stretching towards. 3 more. 3, and 2. Now we stay side and little pulses. I'm squeezing that armpit muscle and my core. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back up. And I'll turn the ring so the pad is facing the floor and the other pad's facing the ceiling. I'll round down. Neck is relaxed, arms are straight, legs are straight. Inhale to do nothing. Exhale, an inch I press into my ring and come back up on the inhale. Exhale. So remember, these rings can really be pressed in a lot. I'm looking for just an inch, ladies. Just an inch. Just an inch. And the belly's going to press in. Just an inch. And that's the exhale. And I go for 4 and 3. 2 more. 2 and 1. Now keep the left hand where it is, or keep one hand on, doesn't matter which one. The other hand's going to come behind you. I'm going to rotate and look at it. And I'm going to press 4 times again. 4, it's gentle. 3, 2, and 1. Come back down. The other hand goes on. I'm going to watch my other hand go up behind me. Palm faces my body. And for 4, nice and gentle. 3, 2, and 1. 2 hands on, and I'll round my spine and bring myself all the way up. Okay, let's take it down to the floor. Take your feet through the ring, and we'll work the inner or the outer thighs. Outer thighs. All right, so the legs need to be as far apart as the ring. I'm going to reach my arms parallel to the floor, palms face each other. Inhale to prepare. And on the exhale, I'm going to round back and hold right here. Melt the shoulders. Now, if this is straining to your back, you can place a ball behind your back. You can also put a toss pillow behind your back. And all I want you to do is press into the ring or out into those pads as I crunch up and then release it. Crunch. So I'm going to keep that chin to my chest, keep my arms still, and I want you to exhale. And instead of thinking of coming up, think of more pressing in, if that makes any sense. Yes, you're coming up, but the focus should be on pressing that navel in deeper each time you exhale. And we'll go for 3 and 2. Hold it here in the little tiny pulses. And I'm pushing outward as I'm coming forward. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we'll start to come back up where we started. Inhale to prepare again. Exhale, melt around the spine. Relax the shoulders. Take one arm away and follow it. Come back to center. Take the other arm. Nothing else moves. I'll cue breath. Inhale, I rotate, bringing water out of the ribcage. Exhale to return. Inhale, know where your shoulders are. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now I'm going to take both arms over. Now bring them straight up into the other side. I come straight up, rotate other side. Can you feel anything working? But not the lower back, right? Not the lower back. Keep tension on the ring. Work through those outer thighs. I'm inhaling as I come up, exhaling forward. Stop at the center and bring yourself all the way up. Okay, take the ring. Place it behind the feet. Lengthen the legs. As you lengthen the leg, push that belly in and zip up nice and tall. Flex the heels and point the toes. Flex and point. Flex. Every time I flex, I feel like my navel is pulling in to bring those toes towards me. I'm relaxing the shoulders. 2 more, please. Flex and point, and 1 more. Flex and point and release. I'm going to take the ring pad behind my head. And the other side, I have my hands on. I'm going to start to round back. 8, 7, 6, 5. I'm going to keep my head up and draw my knees in. And the reason why I can hold my head up longer is my neck is resting on the pad. So I don't need to rely 110% on my belly because it may get tired, right? So I'm going to push those hands towards the thighs. Yes, you're working on the belly holding your head up, but when it gets tired, the ring will be there to help support your neck. I want you to separate the knees, connect your heels like a frog position. On an inhale, we're going to press out inner thighs and glutes activate. Exhale, return back home. Let your head just rest in the ring, but firmly push those hands forward. The base of the shoulder blade should be on the mat. That's it. The rest of the shoulder blade should be off if your head is lifted. You can do all of the stuff we're going to do with our heads up. Your head can be down. Inhale out. Exhale in. You can take your legs higher if you're starting to feel strain to that lower back. And we'll go for 3, 2. Now come in where the knees are just over the hips. Don't move the upper thigh. Reach the legs long. Press out in front of you. Bring the knees back in. Reach. Press forward. Bring the knees back in. So this is called a little swimming frog in slow motion. Open, press. Now let's reverse it. Let's go out, flex, open, find those heels. Press out, flex, open, find your heels. Inhale, 2, exhale. 1 more, out, flex, open, legs together. Release the ring, put on your shins, and lower your head down. Look to one side of the room, and then we'll look to the other. Good. I want you to take one set of toes and one of the pads, and reach that leg straight up. Shoulders should be relaxed. Belly should be deep. Back should be nice and heavy. On your own, I want you to breathe, inhaling and exhaling, and with each exhale, I want you to try to stretch that hamstring a little bit more. Try to keep the back of the knee lengthening. So I'd rather you stay out here and stretch than come in here and be totally bent, right? Okay, now you can keep the opposite leg bent, or you can slide it out, and we're going to do some single leg circles. So I'm going to hold the ring up over my chest. Heel of my hand is on, fingers are reaching long, shoulders are heavy. Turn the kneecap of the leg that's up to the ceiling away from you. Put that bowling ball on your torso. Keep your spine imprinting and circle towards the other leg on an inhale. Bring up, squeeze the ring, exhale. Round 2, come up. Nothing else should move. So if you are moving a lot, make your circle smaller. And I'm pressing the ring as I lift back up. 1 more. And I'm going to reverse the direction. I go away, zip up 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. You got 2 more to go. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. Hold it. Bend the opposite knee so that foot's flat on the floor. Take the straight leg to the ceiling. Take it through your ring. And I'm holding it right here. Once you go into a little bridge, I'm going to lift up and I'm going to lower down. Do that again. Up and down. And down. Inner thighs need to be working. Back of the head should be pressing into the mat. And we go for 3. Good. And 2. 1 more. And 1. Take that foot through and release. Put the other foot into the pad and lengthen that leg, stretching the hamstring. Try to keep the shoulders and neck relaxed. You're going to breathe on your own, taking nice big inhales. And on each exhale, you'll try to stretch that leg a little more. I want you to find as you exhale each one, your spine gets a little bit deeper onto the mat. Yep.
Now you can keep the opposite leg bent or you can lengthen it out. Single leg circles, the ring goes back between the hands up over your chest. Shoulders heavy, kneecap turned away from you, and we circle towards the center. Exhale, lift. And around you come up. Think of me standing on your torso, not letting it move. Inhale, exhale, 4, one more. And reverse. Round and lift up. Inhale. Remember, you're squeezing into the ring each time you exhale. One more. Now bend the opposite knee. Foot is flat on the mat. Bring that leg through your ring. And we'll do our little bridges here. So I'm going to exhale up. Inhale down. Make sure the standing leg, that inner thigh is activating. The back of the head is pressing firmly into the mat. And we go for 3 and 2 and 1. Turn the ring before you bring that leg back through. Put both sets of toes into the pad. We're going to frog the legs again, but we're not going to press out this time. We're going to press straight up to the ceiling. So we're going to start to lengthen those legs up. I feel the back of my legs really stretching, and then I come back down. I want you to exhale up. If you would like to add chin to chest and head lifting, go for it. And I'll put my head back down. If you're lifting your head, make sure you're not dragging it. You tuck that chin to the chest and then lift up from there. Feel the belly button going deeper with each exhalation, which means your back is more imprinted each one. On this one, I'm going to keep my head up, but I'll keep my legs going. I inhale down. I exhale up. I inhale down. Be careful if your head is lifted, eyes to belly, because if I'm looking at the ceiling, my neck is too long, I'm holding too much weight in the neck. Not a good thing. And down and up. Are we breathing? Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the lips. One more. Inhale. Keep the legs straight and lower your head. And I'll just give a little tug and see if I can feel the length in the back of those legs, keeping my tail heavy and long. Yes. Good. And then I'll grab back onto the ring. Okay, I'll put one of the pads behind my head again, and my hands will go to the pad right in front of me. I'll draw my knees way in. Do you feel how your back is nice and heavy like that? I'm going to take a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, I'll press through my hands and curl my chin to my chest. Never have this pad on your neck. It's where your hands would go if I say put your hands behind your head. I'm going to take one set of toes towards the mat, but don't touch the mat. Lengthen that leg straight out, bring it up, and bend it. Other leg. Slowly bring it towards the mat. Lengthen parallel to the floor. Lift up and release. Toes go towards the mat. Lengthen, squeeze, lift up, and bend. Pelvis does not go with those toes going down. I squeeze the back of my body, pull the belly in, lift it up. Good. One more each leg. Lower, lengthen, lift, return, lower, lengthen, lift, head comes down, knees can stay in. If you need a longer break, stay here. If not, I'm going to go back up, pressing into those pads. Single leg stretch. One knee comes in, other leg goes out, and now I start. Inhale, switch to exhale, switch. Inhale to exhale. One in, one out. Boom, 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 boom. That's it. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the lips. Inhale, exhale. Now hold. Rotate towards the bent leg. Back to center. Switch, hold. Rotate. center, switch, rotate, center, switch, rotate, center. Keep your shoulders off the mat. Rotate, center, switch the legs. Rotate, switch. Can you feel anything? Rotate and release the ring and hug those knees in. Woo! That's right. Take the ring inside the legs, down by your ankles, and still give it a little tug. Now on this one here, you don't have to lift your head, but if you don't lift your head, I want you to connect your thumb and second finger and put it underneath your seat to protect the lower back. Because when you lift up your head, you have more weight coming down into the lower back to keep it heavy. So with your head down, it's harder to find that, okay? All right, I'm gonna take my hands behind my head. If you're lifting your head, let's take a nice big inhale. And on the exhale, lift up the head as the legs go straight up. Heels are turned in, toes are turned out. Loose feet, tight seat. Double straight leg, lower lift. We're gonna go down, 2, 3, squeeze into the ring to come up, and then I release the pressure. Inhale, down, 2, 3, press into the ring and lift up. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, press into the ring and lift up. Let's make this a little bit more interesting. Let's take it down. Hold it on the exhale, squeeze the ring. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it back up. Inhale down, exhale, press. 4, 3, 2, 1, lift it up. Not easy, is it? Lower it down. Lock, press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should we do one more? Okay. Inhale, done. I want to hear from you. And press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hug it in. Get a lot of woos today. I hope that's a good woo. Arms up. Let your knees float to one side, and the ring will go to the opposite side. Ah, there we have it. Bring it back to center, and we'll take it to the other side. Follow the ring. The knees go the opposite direction. Bring it on up. Hug it in, and we're going to rock ourselves up. Separate the legs. Ring goes flat to the floor, and press the sides of your feet into the pads with your feet flexed. If you can't sit up tall with your legs straight, bend your knees, okay? We can't be like, yep, I'm sitting tall. No, no, no. Like you're against a wall. Saw. Arms are open, shoulders are down, belly is in and up. And think of creasing more at the hips, then you'll know you're sitting up tall enough. Rotate towards me on an inhale. On the exhale, saw off your baby toe and look at your back hand. Inhale up, immediately go to the other side. Exhale, look at your back hand. Inhale up tall, rotate, exhale. Inhale up, rotate, 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 rotate. Try not to take the knees and hips with you. So I'm pressing into the ring. I'm not letting my legs change or my feet. I'm lifting up from my belly, never my back, and finish to the back of the room. Return back up and release. Onto your stomachs. I'm going to hold the ring by the sides, so not the pads this time. If this is not cool for your shoulders, let go of the ring and bend your elbows and put your hands under your armpits. So the ring should be a complete circle right now, so I'm not pushing down on it yet. Forehead rests on the mat. Navel is pulling in and up. Arms are lengthening off the mat with the shoulders connected to your back. So straighten those arms as far straight as you can. On an inhale, we'll start to lift up our head, and as I'm lifting up, I'm going to press a little bit down into my ring and then come back down. So your breath is lift up on the inhale, squeeze your seat gently, And then exhale, lower. Now see if you can come up a little higher. Get that chest to come off the mat, but the belly button stays on. And then exhale, pull the belly away from your mat. We'll lift it up, and we'll come down. Now I want you to hover the mat and lift one leg as you lift up your head and chest. So it's almost like swimming. And then we come back down. And I'll lift up my head and chest. The opposite leg will lift. Squeeze your seat. Keep the hips lying on your mat. Exhale down. Inhale, push down to lift up. And exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, one more each side, please. Lift up, squeeze your seat. Lower it down. Lift up. And release the ring, and we'll stretch back into that child's pose. If you want to stretch for your shoulders, you can reach those arms behind you. Let them relax. You can curl the fingertips towards the wrists. Perfect. Now we're going to go into a forearm plank. I'm going to give you some options. I'm going to press my hands into the pads. I make sure that my shoulders and elbows are in a straight line. So I'm going to take my knees back and start with a modified plank first. So modified plank, you got to send that tail nice and long. You can't be a little speed bump. So you want to bring those hips down and you press into the pads. If you'd rather be in a full extended arm plank, go for it. I'm going to curl those toes under. And if you're able, if you're strong enough and ready for this, drive your heels back and take those knees off the floor. Good. Keep pressure on the ring. Tap the knees down. Hold. Lengthen, squeeze the inner thighs, glutes, send the tail long. Crown the head's going in the opposite direction. Lower down those knees. Stay in that little modified plank, no speed bumps. Lengthen those legs, knees off the mat. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees touch. Press back out. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Knees touch. I reset. I'm ready. I push out. If I'm not ready, I don't press out. I'll lower those knees. I'll press back. Now this time, if you want a little bit more variation, I'm going to lower one knee, bring it up, lower the other knee, bring it up. So it's one knee tapping, other leg stay lengthening. Can you feel your core working? It should not be in your back. One more each knee. These are not easy. And then we'll lower our thighs to our hips. Yes, I love it. You are working, aren't you? I love it when you guys look at me right in the face and go, oh my gosh. An instructor's dream. Okay, now I want the shoulder and the elbow still in a straight line. I am pushing through my mat to lift me up, right? If I don't push through with my arms, I'm more than likely going to be going to here, okay? Legs are together, tension on the ring. We're going to do single leg kick. Each leg kicks twice. So we're going to take one leg. We're going to go kick, kick, other leg, kick, kick. Now try not to let your pelvis curl off the mat like that. You want to push those hips into the floor. Kick, kick. Some days, I'll be honest, my knees don't like this. It's okay this morning. And kick, kick. Come on. Kick, kick. One more. Kick, kick. Now slowly stretch back into that child's pose again. If your shoulders need that break, bring the arms behind. That was a lot of fun. So come on your hands and knees. One arm is going to have the ring with an extended arm. The other one's going to be like a kickstand holding you up. Again, you're always going to hear me saying, heel of the hand on, fingers reach long, shoulder connected to your back. All right, so the opposite leg is going to reach behind me. So we have to balance here. It's almost like a spinal balance. So as I just gently press into my ring, I'll lift that leg up and then lower. So every time you press into your ring, you're squeezing the armpit muscle, the core, and because I'm lifting my leg, I'm squeezing my butt. I'm going to exhale on the way up. Good. 4, arm has to be super, super long. 3, no elbows should be pressing that ring. 2, hold this one up. Now we're going to do little pulses with the ring and the leg. 1, 2, 3. Try not to be leaning to your standing side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to draw that knee in and out. My other arm stays long. Knee in, reach long. I'm going to exhale as I draw that knee in. Inhale on the out. I know your standing arm is starting to probably get tired. The wrist is probably getting cranky. So hang on, just 2 more reps here. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and release. I'm going to do a little bit of wrist circles, especially for that one wrist that was holding you up. Try to be mindful, though. Try to be mindful about taking some of the weight off your wrist and putting it more into here. Like, I shouldn't be so heavy on my hands. If I pull this in more, it's like I'm taking that weight up my arm and into my navel, okay? So try to be mindful how much weight is on the hand and how much the belly's pulling in. Other side. So I lengthen the opposite hand, nice and long. Hips start over those knees, so don't start without that alignment. Lengthen the opposite leg as the arm that's in front and reach it way behind you. Square off your hips. They should be directly in line with your shoulders. The crown of your head is lengthening long. On an exhale, I'll press into the ring and lift my leg, and then lower. Yes. Think of lengthening in both directions, the arm and that leg. The tail and the crown of the head. Try to have your belly holding you up more than that wrist. And 3. And 2. Hold this one up, little pulses. Lock your arms so you really feel that armpit muscle and you feel the length. And 4. And 3. And 2. Hold it. Now just the knee. Exhale, drive it in. Inhale, lengthen. When I exhale and drive the knee in, I gently press into the ring just to deepen that connection to my center. 3 more, 3 more. You've got this. Take your time. Don't rush. 2. 1 more. And release the ring. I'll sit back again. And I'll give my wrist a little release. Good. Okay. Turn your ring flat right in front of you. And then we'll sit and lengthen the legs, and we'll press the sides of the feet once again into the pads. Feet are flexed. Okay. So I want you to start with the hand over hand behind the head. Sit up tall, so crease at your hips, yes? Lengthen. It's like puppet string pulling you up. So we're not going to C-curve first. We're going to do a flat back hinge. So if I put more pressure on this ring and I engage my inner thighs, they support the abdominals, believe it or not. Okay? So I'm going to take a hinge. Inhale. On the exhale, I'm going to round. I'm only going to go about halfway back. Stay rounded. Round up and over a barrel and stack back up. Okay? Try that again. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, round back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, up. Toes facing straight up, right? Inhale, let the head fall back into your hands. And then melt. Round back forward. And lift up. Now, that's a modification, sort of neck pull. Because I can't do neck pull. But it is hard. And I have a tight lower back, believe it or not. So I could only imagine where I'd be if I didn't do Pilates. So we're going to do the full, going all the way down, but you don't have to. If you know there's no way I'm coming up, I'll show you what I have to do to come up. I have to reach my arms. But anyway, we'll try it, okay? But you can still continue only going halfway and coming back up. So I should start with the back of my neck being nice and long with my spine. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, melt. Now for me to come up, I start with my hands behind my head. I need to lengthen my arms, press into my ring, and now I can take my hands back behind my head. And I lift up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale round. Inhale up. Exhale. And zip it up. Okay. Stand back up your ring. Can anybody do that? Yeah? All the way down? You guys went all the way down? Catch your hands behind your head? Are you lying? It's okay. Only one leg. And notice, I'm not cueing right or left. I'm letting you pick which leg you want to do first. I lie down. Okay? So my one leg is not just resting so much that my ring becomes an oval. I want you to work to keep that ring a circle. So I feel a little bit in my leg holding that up, right? I'll nod the chin to my chest. I'm going to inhale to prepare. On the exhale, I'm going to crunch up and push into the ring just a little bit. And then inhale, release it. Exhale, press from the back of the body and the core, and then let that go back to a circle. So here when I press into it, it might go slightly into an oval, and then I release. I'm not dragging my head. My head is resting in those fingertips. Elbows are staying wide. Now, if you want, as you press in, I'm going to drive the other knee in, and then lower it down, release the ring. So a lot now more is going on with this exhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And we go for 3 and 2. I want you to hold this one up. I'm going to lengthen my leg right by the other leg and bring that knee back in. Try to keep that ring now more of a circle. You've got it. And we go for 3. Inhale out, exhale in. 2 and 1 and release. I'm going to grab behind that free leg and bring myself up and switch the leg. So I'm going to rest and I have more like my ankle versus my heel. You do what feels good to you. I'm going to lower down. I'm going to try to have that ring starting as a circle. The opposite leg, my knee and my hip should be nice and in a straight line. Don't flop the knee away. Hand over hand behind the head. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl up. Now, if you don't want to curl up, release. You can still do this. Keep your head down. And as I push down into my ring, I'm firing my core. So please remember, in Pilates, you never have to lift your head. A lot of people have neck issues, and that's fine. You can still stay safe in a class. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. I don't want to see you dragging your head. A drag looks like this. I lift with my head still level, and then I bring it up. I don't want you lifting level. I want you lifting with some of that weight off of that neck. If you want, you can add that knee coming in. Don't forget, we gently press into the ring on the exhale. Inhale, reload. Ring goes back to being a circle. And we only press about an inch, not even maybe. Watch your form. Now I'm going to hold this one up. You don't have to. Inhale, lengthen the leg. Exhale, drive it in. Now make that ring more of a circle. So make it harder to hold that leg out there. Keep that back imprinting, no arching. We go for 4, 3, 2, And 1, I grab behind that thigh, and I rock myself up and hope I make it. Okay, and you made it. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna do some bridge work. So my legs are gonna start 1 fist width apart. I'm gonna reach those arms long. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, melt yourself down. Melt those shoulders. And vertebrae by vertebrae should come down. Arms are up, slide the knees now, a little bit more bent. I like to lift up my hips and put them back down. I feel like I'm more situated. Make sure the heel of the hand's on the pads, because when you press into the pads, I want the heel of the hand, not the fingertips, okay? The ring is gonna stay still. I'm gonna tuck my tail, lift up, squeeze the seat, inner thighs, belly. And then we're going to lower, and I'll just gently press into my ring as I lower. Curl that tail. Inhale up. Exhale, melt. All the air out of your center and lengthening. Curl that tail. Feel that navel going deeper and feel your glutes activating as soon as you go to tilt. And then lower back down. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Curl the tail, inhale. On the exhale, tabletop 1 leg. Lift that leg straight up. So I'm going to lower, lift. Do that again. Now watch that other leg. I want you to feel this inner thigh engaging. Otherwise, what's holding that thigh to your central line? 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Lower down. Tabletop the leg. Place the pad on the thigh and the hands on the other pad. So make sure your knee is over your hip. Shin is parallel to the floor. You don't have to lift your head. You can simply just do the pressing of the ring. Inhale, exhale, curl. Inhale, exhale. So I push with my hands and my thigh at the same time into the pads. If your neck is getting cranky, keep your head down. I can still feel my abdominals because the ring is being pressed into. That's the activation button for that core to fire. 2 more. 1 more. And release. Arms come back up. Curl that tail. Lift up on an inhale. On the exhale, tabletop the opposite leg and bring it straight up. So we'll lower the seat down. Inhale, exhale, 1. Down, up. Press the ring on the exhale. Here's 4. Good. 3. Watch the opposite leg. What's it doing? 1 more. Hold it. Put that foot down. Fix that bridge and lower down. Now turn the ring and place the pad on that leg that was just moving. Tabletop that leg. 2 hands on the pad closest to you. You can keep your head down on the exhalation. I'm going to inhale. On the exhale, I'll crunch up. Inhale down. Not rushing. Notice I always give a quick tuck the chin to the chest before I lift my head. You may not notice it because once you understand how to lift your head, you kind of do it all together and you just quickly lift it. But if you're still a beginner, you need to think about it. Chin the chest, then curl. 2 more, please. 1 more. And release. Look to one side of the room just to give that neck a little stretch. And then look to the other. Good. And then we'll rock ourselves up. Come onto your side and you're going to mirror me. So wherever my head is on my mat, that is where you are. Okay. So we're going to start with some all the way lying on our side, and then we'll do some things propped up onto the forearm. And then the last thing we'll do before you switch sides is come up to an extended arm. Okay? So I'm going to start all the way down on my mat. And my ring is like a picture frame. That's where it should be. Smile. Okay, take the legs forward. Good. I want you to turn your top kneecap to the ceiling so it looks like my feet are in a Pilates stance. Make sure when you did that, you didn't lean back. So you got to check and make sure your hips are stacked, okay? Inhale, do nothing with the ring. Lift the legs straight up. Reach those toes long. On the exhale, flex your heel and press into the ring. Lengthen the toes. Inhale up. Flex. Press into the ring. Lengthen the leg. Lift up. Flex. Heel reaches out to heel. Inhale up. Flex. And I'm always pushing that bottom leg into the mat. Flex. Press into the ring. Lift up. Press into the ring. One more. Lift up. And press into the ring. Now, my kneecap is still facing the ceiling. This is called passe. Trace your inseam. Now, keep your quad where it is and just straighten your leg. Press into the ring once again as you lower. Trace your inseam. Inhale. Lift up. Exhale. Press into the ring. Trace that inseam. Lift up. Now, I'm going to reverse that. Go straight up. Find your inseam. Exhale as you lengthen heel to heel. Lift up, push that bottom leg down. Lift up, bend, and lengthen. Okay, come onto your forearm. Take the ring to the outer thigh. Arm is long and the heel of my hand's on. Make sure your shoulder and your elbow are in a straight line. So I'm going to lift up and hold this. So I'm going to position now better where my ring is so I can definitely have that heel of my hand on. You're more than welcome to do this with your hips on the floor. And I'm going to press into my ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lower your hips, reset. Lift up. Everything lengthens and press. 1, belly, armpit muscle. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Harder. Scissor the legs. My front leg went forward, my back leg went back. Lift up. Press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Harder. Stack the feet. Remember, you're going to pick what level works for you, right? Lift up and press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You did it. 7, 8, and release. You did it. Take the ring between the feet. And now see how I am angled sideways. So I'm not here on both butt cheeks, and I'm not here on my hip. Make sense? Okay? Okay. So once you're there, I'm going to put my kickstand down, and my other arm is going to reach. Okay? I'm going to bring this arm up, reach, down, lower the legs, lift the legs, lower. Yeah? I'm looking for some smiles. Modified. Opposite leg is arm. See how I went to one leg? Modify. 2 more. 1 more. And bring it down. Okay. So I promised lying flat, propped up, extended arm. Okay. Other side. Woo, time's flying this morning. Maybe you don't feel like shortest. Okay. Be honest. Pilates should not be easy. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done. I've done a lot of different workouts, and that's why I think I love it the most, because I feel so good when I'm done. And a lot of times while I'm doing it, so I shouldn't make that sound like not while you're doing it. Remember your little picture frame? So that's how far up your ring should be. So if it's down here, it's not where it should be. It should be right here. My elbow is softly bent with my heel, my hand on. If you'd rather extend that arm, go for it. Take those legs to the front edge of your mat. Right now, you gotta look and make sure that your hips are stacked. And the bottom rib cage should be nice and light. Relax the shoulders. Go into a Pilates V, so I turn that top kneecap away from me. Light as a feather. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lengthen, belly pulls in. Inhale, nothing on the ring. Exhale, just gently press into it. Up and lengthen. Point up, flex to come down. Lengthen the leg up, lengthen the leg down. Inhale up. So I'm seeing a little bit of pelvic movement when you're lifting the leg up. Try to keep everything very still. Lengthen up. Exhale, flex. Press into the ring on the exhale. One more. Okay, trace your inseam. My knee goes to the ceiling. Now my quad stays there. I lengthen, I press, and I reach heel to heel. Inhale, slide, lift up. Exhale, press into your ring. Inhale, lift, exhale. Now reverse it. Inhale, up. Find your inseam, press into the ring on the exhale. Lift up, bend, lift up, bend, and press. Bend your knees, and we'll come up onto our forearm. Now remember, you don't have to be propped up. So you can do this here and just press into the ring, and you're still activating your core, okay? So there's so many different positions we can go to. So I start here, but I usually have to reposition once I get up there. But my arm is lengthened, hips are stacked, shoulder and elbow in a straight line, shoulders are relaxed. I'll lift up and I'll hold. All right, so if you need to, you fix where that ring should go. Squeeze lemons in both armpits, and we press the ring. 1, 2, it's a gentle press. 3, 4, nice and smooth. 3, 2, lower the hips. Ha. I bring it back up. Now when you lower your hips, kind of control it going down. Just saying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now if that's going super well and you're more advanced, I would take my legs into a scissor. Top leg goes forward, bottom leg goes back. I lift up, and I press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Not challenging enough? Stack your feet. But maybe this is your weaker side. Maybe you shouldn't do that. Here we go. Lift up, hold, make sure the shoulder's okay, and press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, bend the knees. Take the ring between the ankles. So I got my kickstand here. Modification, you can be on your side. How much modification do you want? What are you trying to avoid? The knee's bent, correct? You can't bend the knee, correct? Opposite arm is leg. Okay, so switch the other leg. Opposite arm. So if it's this arm, lift. There you go. Okay. So knee issues, can't bend your knees. Keep your legs straight, one arm, one leg. If I do that too fast, you got it. Okay, so we're balancing here. Yeah? Lengthen the legs. And how are we doing? 4. Smile when you come up. Go, yeah. Yes. 1 more. And release. Okay, let's do a little mermaid, shall we? So people who can't have their knees bent, straight-legged, or soft, if that's helpful. I'm going to go this way. Ah, yes. At this point, it feels good. You can do your traditional mermaid legs, one forward, one back. I'm just going to go this way. So mirror me. Arm is up. And then do this lovely side stretch. And come back up. And I inhale to exhale. So you have to create the length first. So come up, 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 and then over. And I'm going to add on this one here, I'm going to rotate and see if I can touch that ring. Hold it there. Retrace your steps, face forward, and bring your body back up. Other side. And we lengthen up. Inhale. Exhale. What do you feel worked the most today? Definitely abs. Okay, we're in a Pilates class. Good answer. Trick question. But do you feel more like the glutes, the hips? Like, where do you feel right now in your body? What do you feel like, oh, I worked that? Yeah. Okay, so we'll do some extra stretches with that, okay? But first, I want to do a plank with my ring, okay? Well, hey, it'll be here before you know it. Then we'll make it really challenging in November, right? Okay. So I'm going to put the ring right between the chest. You don't have to use the ring, but be mindful. These rings can really go in far, but they really should only go this much, okay? So when I say, lower and press, don't think of a major push-up. It's just a tiny little down and straighten. And you don't even have to do the down and up, okay? So I lengthen the leg back. Make sure your shoulders are connected to your back. I lengthen my other leg. I'm in a Pilates stance. Crown of the head is long and my tail is long. I'll soften my elbows. I'll come up. I'll lift one leg and then lower. Soften the elbows. Straighten them. Other leg. I inhale. Exhale. Lift. So your booty should be in a nice long line, no speed bumps, right? Down and lift. Down and lift. Now, can you down, lift the leg? 3, 2, 1, bring it up. Switch, soften, hold, 2, 3, whoo-hoo. One more each side. Yes, yes. 2, 3, bring it up. One more. Down, 2, 3, and release. Now we'll stretch those wrists. Curl the fingertips to the wrist. Stronger you today, yeah? That's right. So I'm going to do a pigeon stretch. So for those of you who can't do your traditional pigeon stretch because of a knee, you're going to lie on your back and pull a knee. Can you pull a knee in? Okay. So knee issues, lie on your back, both legs straight, and just pull one knee in. We're going to do just the opposite. We're going to be off our mat, okay? So I step back into a plank. And I'm going to take one knee to a diagonal corner, and the other leg will come back. Your hip should be in a straight line, okay? Now walk my hands a little bit more forward and lower down. So it will look the same way if you're lying on your back and you're pulling your knee in. Correct. Correct. Don't forget to breathe. Bring those arms straight back up. Flex your back toes to get that knee off. Make sure your muscles are engaged to slide that leg back. I'm in a plank again. The opposite leg will go to a diagonal. Hips are in a straight line. Relax the neck and shoulders. And you can't be leaning. If I'm leaning to the bent leg, you're not going to feel that stretch. Let your hips feel like they're just falling to the mat. And then we'll straighten those arms. Curl those toes under again. Straighten that leg off the mat. Press back up into a plank. And this time, I want you to lift up and walk your feet a big step forward to where you can get those heels down against the mat. And we'll lift one heel and then the other. That's right. Press those heels deep. If it's too easy, walk them back. You got to feel the stretch. Calves, Achilles tendons. Yes. And then we'll lower to our knees and sit on our seat. We're going to lie back and do a figure 4 stretch. So figure 4 stretch is really a glute stretch. But hey, down here we're all connected, right? So I still feel a stretch in my hips as well. So I'm going to cross one ankle over the quad. That knee's going to go away from me. For some of you, this might be like, whoa, a big enough stretch. For those of you who are saying, give me more, grab behind the other leg and pull it towards you. And let that knee just press away from you. Don't forget to breathe. And take that foot down, and we'll put the other ankle on the opposite quad. The knee goes away from you. If you want, grab behind that leg and pull it towards you. Lovely. Feels good, yes? Okay. You can almost fall asleep now, right? Right. Good. I want you to take both knees apart and pull them like they're trying to pull towards the outside of your shoulders. And I feel a nice release in my back. I'm feeling a little bit of release in my hips. I want you to rock yourself up. Butterfly stretch, and you're done. Hands on the ankles, elbows against the knees, and push those down. Relax the neck, relax the shoulders. Oh yeah, trust me. My knees are way up to here. Yeah, I'm tight there. But it feels good. It's a good stretch. Okay, you worked hard. We stretched. We sweated today. Good job. See you next time on the mat. Woo! Oh, mat is very hard. Mat's very hard.